Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you are fit and fine. Today, in our other session of study program of biology for ninth standard, we have today seed structure and germination. So, first of all, let us see some examples of seed. You can easily identify this is a mango fruit, and you can see as in shown in diagram, this is a fruit wall, and other, this is a seed. You can also identify this, of course it is a bean seed, and this green maize green you can also identify. But my dear student, it is very important to understand this fruit, seed and grains are slightly different to each other. If you will try to understand the term fruit, fruit is a enlarged ripened ovary. Fruit is a enlarged ripened ovary, and seed is a ripened ovule. So you can see the difference. Fruit is a enlarged ripened ovary, whereas seed is a ripened ovule. And if you will talk about the grains, the fruit in which the fruit wall and the seed coat are fused to each other, so this is grain. So in this seed and grain, you can see it is a maize grain. Here the fruit wall and seed coat are fused to each other. So this is the basic difference between fruit, seed and grains. So if you will now, let us see some characteristic feature of seed. It is a mature ovule, you know very well. Seed is a mature ovule. A tiny living plant is inside it. Of course, seed contain the future plant. Next characteristic feature of seed is it has dormant embryo inside it. Embryo is in dormant stage. Dormant stage means sleeping stage. If the favorable condition appears, it has ability to germinate. Next characteristic feature of the seed is it contains food material for the embryo. During the process of germination, food is required for the nourishment of the plant. So this seed provides the food material for the germinating plant. And let us see, if you will consider the type of seed, so seeds basically it is of it is basically of two type, monocot and dicot, or you can say monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Monocot contain one cotyledons. The example of monocotyledon seed is rice and maize, whereas dicotyledon seed, the example is pea and gram. So on experimental basis you can collect the monocot and dicot seed. There is another criteria also to classify the seed on the basis of endosperm. Endosperm means material which is inside the seed. On the basis of endosperm present inside the seed is of two type, that is albuminous. Albuminous seed is also known as endospermic seed, and X albuminous is the second type of seed on the basis of endosperm present in it. X albuminous, it is also known as non-endospermic seed. My dear student, I have drawn this diagram of bean seed. So if it is shown from the multi angles, this is a bean seed. As you can see, this is the testa. Testa is nothing but the outermost covering. This is protective covering. And micropyle, you can see a very small pore which is situated over the surface of the hilum. This is nothing but micropyle. And in diagram C, you can see the radicle. And as you know, bean seed a dicot seed, dicotyledon seed. So cotyledons is clearly visible in diagram number C. If you will see the germinating seed, if it is split and opened, the plumule with two rudimentary lips you can see at the central part. This region is epicotyle, and testa is nothing but the outermost covering. Beneath the testa there is a tegmen. Tegmen is also protective layer, and the next part of this you can see in diagram, that is nothing but the hypocotyle, and at the apex part this is radicle. If you want to define scientifically testa, the testa is the outermost hard protective covering, and tegmen is the next protective layer, and micropyle you can see in diagram. This is the micropyle. Tegmen is the micropyle situated over the surface of the hilum. It is tiny pore. Now the question arises, what is the function of micropyle? Micropyle serves very important function during the germination of the seed. So if you consider the function of the micropyle absorbs water, and secondly it is responsible for the exchange of gases. So my dear student, today we have seen the structure of bean seed. I hope you have understand. So for today it is enough. Next day we will see the next part of this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.